Yes, yes. We are back, guys. We are back, guys. Walk in. Please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, cause we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Care Culture Radio. It is the lovely Wednesday evening. Hakeem Jordan, what's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What is cracking like it?
Hey man, you know we here trying to get it in.
Hey man, we here. Let's go. Let's get it. We about to get it in. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Let's go. Let's get it started.
Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those right now watching us on Rumble and also X, and also special shout out to those right now watching us on TikTok and also Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. As you guys already know, the Florida Panthers did win yesterday, back to back, baby. I ain't got my Florida Panthers gear. It's coming in the mail. Hakeem Jordan is already coming in the mail. It's coming in the mail. It's coming in the mail. I'm a Florida Panthers fan, so when they won back to back, man. But unfortunately, that's not today's news or sports news. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of sports news, big dog?
Let's get into it. So let's talk about the controversial Caitlin Clark. Every time she's getting something with another team, it goes all in. So if you guys didn't watch the game yesterday, the Indiana Feeder played the Connecticut Suns yesterday, and they got really physical. Talk about 6 technical fouls and about three women that got pulled out the game. So it really was though. Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White. Stephanie White, she played for the Connecticut Suns. How they really got to the altercations and everything. They really pushing over Caitlin Clark and everything. And Caitlin Clark. She's the great white hope. It seems like the more the popularity she has and everything. There's some women and a couple teams that really can't stand her. And it's really getting the publicity that it needs for the WNBA. So go ahead, I can play Caitlin Clark's post commentary, and then after that we'll chop it up.
Is there no explanation were you given for the tech that you got?
I'll take the official questions. There wasn't an explanation for the tech that she got. I think it was pretty obvious that stuff was brewing, right? When the officials don't get control of the ball game, when they allow that stuff to happen, and it's been happening all season long. All season long. It's not just this game. It's been happening all season long. This is what happens, right? This is what happens. You've got competitive women who are the best in the world at what they do, right? And when you allow them to play physical and you allow these things to happen, they're going to compete. And they're going to have their teammates' backs. It's exactly what you expect, right, out of fierce competition. So I started talking to the officials in the first quarter, and we knew this was going to happen. You could tell it was going to happen. So they got to get control of it. They got to be better. Get control of the game is call the fouls that are actually happening on the floor. Right, and consistently call the fouls that are actually happening on the floor. Okay, not just if somebody swings and misses, right, consistently call the fouls.
Coach, do you think it's something pertaining to your team, or do you think this is a league-wide issue?
Well, I've seen quite a few dust-ups in the league so far, so I think it's a league-wide issue. I mean, bad officiating is bad officiating.
And then what did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on JC towards the end?
It was a flagrant foul.
You think it's like defending Caitlin or defending the team, or how do you view just how it all?
I view it as a flagrant foul.
That's about the game, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
talk
seriously.
about basketball.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What do you think of just how you all were able to pull in the second half, Caitlin, in
We're
particular?
going to the Commissioner Cup Championship.
Let's
That's
go!
pretty exciting. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
What?
So we see that Caitlin Clark, she's, like I said, she's one of the most popular players in the NBA, and that we're seeing a lot more teams really getting in at her. We don't know if they're hating or they just be as a physical because she's the most popular. So I'm going with you, Ronnie. We talk about Caitlin Clark, be the great hope in the NBA. And a lot of teams are getting physical altercation with her. So my question to you is, do you think Caitlin Clark deserve all this pushing around because everybody at home is watching the WNBA because of her?
Yeah, Caitlin Clark she revolutionizing the game when it comes to aspect of the WNBA. She's averaging about 21 points a game, 9 assists, and I think 3 rebounds. That girl is pretty much a Steph Curry when it comes to the aspect of the WNBA. We talked about this several times. They're hating on this white girl. I don't know why they want to leave this white girl alone and just allow this girl to just play the game. I think the whole aspect that a lot of these players, when it comes to the aspect of these women basketball players, they don't like how she's pretty much the hottest thing out when it comes to aspect of the WNBA. Is either her or Angel Reese. But right now, she is the one that's really destroying the game when it comes to the WNBA basketball. She's bringing in the crowd. She's bringing people watching the game because of her. Heck, I started loving her because the way she plays, she comes in with that aggressiveness, and she can shoot from mid-range, far range, you name it. That girl is an all-around player. So them girls gonna hate. And people, I remember I heard this from a long time ago. A lot of women don't get jealous of each other. Nah, they jealous of that white girl. Go ahead, Kate, do your thing. She deserves everything she getting. All that deals and endorsement. Go right ahead. Go ahead, Hakeem.
This is the type of basketball we've been waiting for. WNBA wanted to be interesting. This is what interesting. We want to see fragrant flowers, elbows, people fighting for a championship, free throws, threes, technical fouls. Everything we see in the NBA, we want to see here. You want us to be interested? Let's see this. Let's see the type of sportsmanship we're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people don't know, but I'll be seeing this, ever since she was in college. Caitlin Clark is a trash talker. She talks a lot her trash because her game backs it up. And that's why you can see some women has a problem with Caitlin Clark because she talks a lot of trash and they can be getting into her head and they be some pushing and shoving. We saw this with the Connecticut Suns. We saw this with Brittany Griner a couple weeks ago when she was playing against the Atlanta Dreams. And we allegedly see her say that she got mad at Caitlin Clark. She's having a bitch said she's a effing white girl, something like that. Allegedly, she says she didn't say it, but we saw on the camera and everything. Also, her and Angel Reese, they getting at it and everything. So, and I think Caitlin Clark, she has a little bit of arrogance in her as well, which, if you see a lot of great players like a Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, they have some type of arrogancy towards them because they are so great. And that's what Caitlin Clark is and everything. So, and this makes it interesting. And that's why we're talking about it, like I said, I can't wait to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese go at it again. I can't wait till the Connecticut Suns and the Indiana Fever go at it again because it's a little bit bad blood. And to me, it's just like we just see some good WNBA basketball. And to me, like we're seeing this in a couple months. Hopefully, we'll have some really good playoff physical games when it comes to the WNBA in the playoffs. So Caitlin Clark, she's doing her thing. She might get some MVP nods this year because because the way she's playing the game, and she's going to be talking more about her. So more we talk about WNBA. Good publicity to the WNBA. So it's all good over here.
Yeah, that's always bringing great publicity and all of that, more audience to the WNBA because people are starting to watch it more and more, especially now because basketball is about to be over with, the man basketball, the NBA. So a lot of people are going to tune in to watch the WNBA and also the Big Three too. That's another thing that's about to kick up over the summer. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryant, always the first one in the building. Thank you so much, love, for being here. And also shout out to Cool A Flatbread is also in the building. Thank you so much for being here. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to those right now watching us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, X, you name it, and also Bingo Live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going on to money. Money make the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news, big dog?
Let's get into it. talk about oil prices. So we have talked about this little conflict when it comes to Israel and Iran, especially in Iran and everything. And we know they do have oil over there in the Middle East, specifically in Iran. So we want to know is with this conflict, is this going to affect the oil prices here around the world, and also here in America? So we're gonna go to Fox Business. So go ahead, Keem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Moves, well, that could cause oil prices to surge as much to $100 a barrel. I want to bring it out. Tortoise Capital, their senior portfolio manager, Rob Thummel. So let's talk about that, because the general thinking has been that the Strait of Hormuz is off limits for a variety of reasons. Number one, now China gets so much oil from Iran that would disrupt them. Oman's a friendly neighbor to Iran. That would disrupt them. That gets a no-win situation. But you think it could still be on the table?
Well, I hope not, but because 20% of the global oil supply comes through the Strait of Hormuz, if there was any disruption in the potential oil supply, that would immediately cause oil prices to spike. So our hope is that doesn't happen. The odds are pretty low, but it's not a zero probability that there will be some disruption in the Strait.
So let's talk about, you gave us a pretty nice layout of potential long-term prices and outcomes, particularly from here. And of course, a lot of it depends on what happens, the scope of the enforcement of any sanctions on Iran. As the day has gone on, it seems like President Trump is playing hardball. And so, the stakes have gotten a whole lot higher. The existence of lasting physical damage to the infrastructure, which might have been a partial goal, although I think the nuclear facilities are one, and their efforts to disrupt the constant flow. We kind of hit that. So let's talk about the first two.
Yeah, so if you think about supply and demand, the Saudis, OPEC Plus, they're increasing the production of oil, right? They're increasing the supply of oil. That'll help push prices lower. Now, what happens with Iranian, the 1.8 million barrels a day exported out of Iran? Will sanctions make that zero, or will the infrastructure be damaged so that goes to zero?
Well, can it go to zero with China being such a big buyer?
Well, I hope. We hope it won't be. It won't unless there's some damage to the infrastructure, or the U.S. somehow figures out a way to basically hurt Iran by having zero exports, and so that'll hurt their pocketbook, and so probably not. But if that would happen, that would also cause oil prices to go up.
Let's shift gears a little bit, talk about what really has been the big topic prior to this, and this is the renaissance in nuclear power. Of course, you have a few things going on here. We have President Trump with the executive order. Followed last night, the Senate found a way now to extend out the credits for nuclear. So you like what's happening here. Let's talk about where the opportunities are, because you really, this is your area. Know, all the Wall Street folks come on as we're specialists that week. You know what I mean? Next week we'll know everything you need to know about whatever the topic of the jour is. But you understand this really well, and it was interesting because the uranium has been up 11 days in a row. Can we expand that mining?
Oh yeah, I think there's absolute capacity. I mean, we've been studying energy technologies at Tortoise for decades. This is a significant opportunity when the U.S. basically just needs to improve its energy supply, its supply chain for uranium, and that's what some of the executive orders are designed to do: increase domestic production, but more importantly, increase enrichment capacity, because all uranium has to be enriched.
So this is something to talk about. Over here in California, we have seen gas is lower and everything, but when it comes to conflict Iran, we don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of months when it comes to this, because it's likely that I don't know, we saw earlier that Iran is really trying to say, hey, back up from America and everything, cause of wars, which might lead to sanctions from us and other countries, but we'll see. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take about oil prices when it comes to the conflict?
See, this is the thing people fail to realize. When you go into war, it's going to play a huge part when it comes to aspect of our economy. This war between Iranians and versus the Israelites is going to put us probably into a recession due to the fact because Iranian is one of our biggest distributors when it comes to oils. That means things in the United States, oil prices in the United States will go up. That means gas prices will go up. Oil, what you need for your houses, will go up. And that's going to put it in a huge, huge hole. I think right now, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot how much we paid for a barrel I think right now it is cheap, the amount of barrel we pay right now when it comes to aspect oil, but it's going to increase double. And this is something we don't want to happen. That's why I say right now, people are not in the mindset of war. Leave war alone and let's focus more on the economy and how we could build a better tomorrow. But this war between the Iranians and the Israelites is not going to look good when it comes to aspect of our economy. Now, there is some time when people do become richer during the time of war, but it's not the small people, it's the elites. Go ahead, Akeem.
We paid 75 and 22 cents per barrel oil. That's how much we pay for it.
On currently, right?
Currently, yep.
So it's gonna double. It might
It's
be
gonna
200.
So
Go ahead.
this is what Donald Trump was talking about in his early talks, where he said our codependence of oil outside of the U.S., steel outside of the U.S. is going to be the death of us. And he talked about we have to be interdependent instead of dependent outside. So when these conflicts arises in different places, where now shout out to Peace of My Mind, when these conflict arises in different places, they're in control. We need oil. We get it from the Saudis, we get it from him, and sometimes we get it from Russia. These are the three most oil producing countries: Saudi, Russia, and Iran. So Europe gets most of its oil from Russia, which is an ironic thing because they have a pipeline that run through there and they're bombing and getting in Ukraine, but the UK is still buying oil. So there's a frenemy situation. So we need Iran. If we destabilize them or go to war, it's just only going to bring to chaos. So the prices will go up. If people are not at the gas pump now, the gas is already up. It's at $3.78 for premium. I can only put premium in my car. So now it's going to force us to look at other options. And I'm telling people what Trump was trying to do for not to be us so dependent, and we need to start drilling here, drilling offside the coast. We need oil, no matter how you look at it, no matter how you say it's going to damage the environment. Making solar panels and batteries damage the environment. So you got to pick your poison.
Yeah, absolutely, I can, because oil is definitely the most valuable assets in the world. We use oil for a whole bunch of things, here and everything. So, yeah, like I said, when it comes to Iran, that's the thing with the Middle East. They had conflict for each from another country. When it comes to Israel and everything, the thing is, we still got to deal with Israel when it comes with with the Gaza and everything. So, it's just to watch, what's going to be the next couple of weeks and everything, because Israel and Iran, they're really trying to battle it out. We might see a Middle East war when it comes to that. I just hope, Iran and Israel can come to the conclusion so it won't be something like this. Can we make a new deal with Saudi Arabia or Russia? Absolutely. But the thing is, it's like, we should not be so reliable on other countries, which, we just keep drilling here and get some oil here and not worry about other countries. But, it's for us, it's going to take a while to, take us a while to, try to transfer over to us and trying to, drill more oil here. But, when it comes to Iran, it can be scary, but, you just got to watch out, see what's going on in the next couple of weeks or the next month or so.
I ain't gonna lie, right now, electric cars sound so good right now. I might have to trade my end to get an electric car. Joey said the other day you were thinking about getting a Tesla, so I might be with you on that one, boy.
We might all have to get a Tesla.
Yeah, that's what it seems like they're pushing for. If Iranian war doesn't go the way, oh man, electric car it is. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to Peace of My Mind. That's also in the building. Also a new subscriber. Michael is also in the building too. He said, I need a carton of Newport cigarettes. Hey, I might join you on that Newport cigarettes after this war. You get what I mean? Headed on to hip hop. Hip hop. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of hip hop news, big dog?
Let's talk about Pusha T. So Pusha T has gone viral today and calls out Travis Scott as corny. That's what he said. So don't take it from me. Go ahead, I can't play the clip or Pusha T, and after that we'll chop it up.
It all came from actually being in Paris.
So be it. So be it. So be it. So
Came through carrying the, the Utopia briefcase.
Right. Yep.
Doing his whole spiel. He comes, he interrupts the session. The next day, the meltdown verse or whatever comes on.
I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss.
Drake on Travis Scott talking about melting
P,
Pharrell's jewelry.
yeah, and all of that. Yeah. That was a corny, like, you shouldn't have been here anyway. Him specifically too. I don't take it as personal as I should. It's Travis. He's harmless. I'm not into his whole makeup. I took it there.
Her Utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat.
And then to come back in our fold.
To make a point of...
Yeah, to invade the fold and then, do all that he did. It was like, man, that was corny. He's shameless. He does it. You've seen him do it to everybody. I've definitely had to put my hand on your shoulder before. You died in front of me. You cried in front of me.
Cried in front of me. You died in front of me.
Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me.
Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me.
I had to help you. People take that type of shit for granted. I don't take that for granted. So be it. He's shameless. It all came from...
So there you have it. That was Pusha T going in on Travis Scott. Hey, I'm gonna go with you, Ronnie. What's your take on Pusha T to talk about on Travis Scott?
On Travis Scott is corny sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm keeping it 100. Travis Scott sometimes is corny, so he's keeping it 100. Huh? I'm saying he's keeping it 100, and this is hip hop. This is how hip hop used to be. They used to take jab at each other, and now they don't take stuff personal, and they bring it up in the battlefield. We do another diss track. Shout out to Pusha T. He's bringing back the old original hip hop back. Hip hop, that type of hip hop was missing for a very long time. I love it. We need more of that. That's what's gonna bring hip hop back. This type of flavor. Shout out to Pusha T. Go ahead.
So for people who's followed, Travis Scott has always had a negative cloud over him. He's always done shit that was corny. It's a number of things. You know what I mean? So it's like and plus Push is not the type to lie about stuff. He really keeps it 100. So if he said it, it's stamped. That's how I'm gonna land it right there.
Yeah, absolutely, Hakeem. Pusha T is a guy who tells the truth. He tells no lies and everything. And if he feels you try to jab with some way, he's gonna speak about it. Either he's gonna speak of what he did, or he's gonna definitely put it in the music. And that's what he did and everything. Me, Travis Scott was never a Travis Scott fan. He put World Live one time. I think he was a headliner on a Saturday. I had no interest in seeing him like that. I know, younger kids that like watching him. For me, I agree with you both. He's corny. I'm not really a fan and everything. I'm not like one or two songs, but I'm not like, woo, yeah, I had to go see this man in concert or something like that. He's not my type of rapper that I will see, but yeah, Pusha T say what he said, and will Travis Scott retaliate? Make a diss song. Hopefully, because we would love to see a diss song this summer. Travis Scott versus Pusha T. Would love to see it.
Nah, but keep it in mind too, guys, because a lot of people saying Jim Jones dissed Pusha T and he never responded back. So how come he didn't respond back to Jim Jones when he did this track about him? They were saying that in the comments.
Hey, check this out. Nah, I think people pick and choose their battles. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like Jimmy needs to learn how to do a PDF. You feel what I'm saying? But Travis is a big dog. You know what I mean?
Like, shout out to Cliffhanger that's also in the building. He said, let's be honest, Travis do make good music. But he's a widow. See, everybody say he's a widow, but he makes good music.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cliffhanger. Shout out to you, big dog. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Yeah, yeah, he's a weirdo. Everybody say he's corny, he's a weirdo, but he makes great music. This is hip hop, guys. This is hip hop. Shout out to White High. He also say Shameless was a great show on Showtime. Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. That was a hit show. Is it, hey, White High, is it still going on? Or that show done with? No, it was a great show. I think it's done. Yeah, I think it's done.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Jordan, I know P. Diddy is the main topic on today's show, but today we postponed. What's going on with the Diddy trial? What happened there?
Yeah, so Diddy trials were adjourned today because one of the jurors called out sick, so they won't Brazil till Friday. They can't do it tomorrow because it's a federal holiday, so there's no court tomorrow.
Okay.
So with today's delay, the prosecutors likely won't rest their case until Monday. The defense team has estimated their case will take 2 to 5 days, and the closing argument will take additional time. So, and also the judge said previously he believes that the case can go to the jury sometimes next week, but today has been postponed, and then it's not going to resume till Friday. So any thoughts for you guys? Do you think it was a kind of win maybe for the prosecutor, for the Diddy's defense team to get some time so they can reorganize for Monday for Friday? What's your thoughts on that, Ronnie?
Once again, the prosecution have more time to try to find a way to convict Diddy. Yet the defense have not started yet. They said the defense was going to start this week until it get pushed back again until next week. They are prolonging this case. Like I can't say that yesterday on Vertigo Live. It's like a clown show. The prosecutor getting more time than the actual defense. I'm like, when the defense going to go? Everybody's waiting on the defense. Will they be able to counterattack what the prosecution is saying about Diddy? And it seems like the prosecution right now is up ahead because they're getting more time. And they're getting ready to about to get ready to get a verdict real soon. Go ahead, Akeem. Your thoughts on that one?
Like I've been saying, this is a quagmire. This is funny. This shit is crazy, and I think this is going to go out to the point where he's not going to do it much time. I'm hoping for a dismissal.
For me, like I say, it does give to me the defense a little bit more time, to do what they do, and also they still got it. I think like I say, prosecutor, they got their last person gonna testify. Then they're gonna hopefully wrap it up on Monday, unless there's no nothing happens on Monday too. So yeah, this for me, what I heard you guys yesterday, with the they was looking at the sex tapes and also the records of all the hotel payments he paid, and also what his assistant KK paid for the sex workers and everything. It's just like, hey, the prosecutors like kind of make it stay when it comes to trafficking and everything. So it just, to me, it's like, what the defense is going to do when it comes to the defense and everything, because the prosecutors are really stick to them when it comes to trafficking. And we'll just see what happens on Friday when the trial begins again.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Moving along to other trending news. Jordan, what's going on with Blueface and Krishan Rock? They back together again? You muted.
Yeah, so it's an in-and-out relationship. So we only hear Krishan Rock when she's back with Blueface. We don't hear Krishan Rock she been MIA. So we saw that Krishan Rock told we saw Blueface told Krishan Rock that she could move back in with the baby, because she had nowhere to stay. And then when she got there, I guess a day or so, Blueface either family went in and kicked her out because she made so much mess in there. Now she don't live there no more. So go ahead, Hakeem. There's 2 clips. Play the first clip and the second clip, and after that we'll chop it up. Yeah, so this is the clip when they forced her out because they made so much mess. Blueface wanted to phone the family members in his house.
Wait, that's before. That's before. Or after they kicked her out.
This is after, and then we have to before when Blueface said I'm gonna let the reason I'm letting Krishan say it because she didn't have no place to go, but she made a big mess at his crib, and they had to kick her out.
Fam, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think this doesn't seem. I don't know what they call a mess.
Yeah, it seemed normal to me.
This seemed like a typical dirty house, like that. Seemed like a typical person who's a single mom running around with a baby. That's a 1 hour cleanup.
But who recorded it? His dad?
Yeah. That shit weird.
No, but I think they're trying to see if there probably is a motive. Like she probably just went over there to trash the house so she could just leave. Probably.
Bro, look at this first video here. There's blankets. There's this. Look how clean that carpet look. It's a baby thing. I don't see no dust. It's just a few things on the floor. This is a single mother. Target bag. She just came in. I don't know. I
don't like that on my pool table. I don't like messing on my pool table. I ain't gonna lie.
I understand, but this just look like this is for clout now, bro. Honestly.
Well, people were saying that in the comment. They say this seem like for clout.
Hey, Hakeem, there's another video too. I'll play the Blueface saying that he was gonna let that one.
Hello world. This is a message for Krishan, Regina, Malone. I accepted you back in with open arms so you can get on your feet. Ultimately, so my son can get on his feet. I offered you money just so you could solely focus on our son taking his first steps before his second birthday. I don't need you. I don't know what this jewelry heist ransom story you got going on is about, but if you have the funds to get your own space, you're more than free to do that. I thought I was doing you a solid. You were homeless, so I gave you a home. Hello world.
You muted, Jordan.
There we go. So that was Blueface saying that, but we don't know if Blueface told the family to kick her out and everything. So we got to get that information from Blueface. So for all we know, we saw the family came and the father, kicked her out and everything. So what's your take on Ronnie on this matter?
I'm gonna be honest with Blueface did a good thing. That's what you're supposed to do when your baby mama are out there struggling. You move her back in. Think about it. If my baby mama, let's say if I have a baby mama and she's struggling, she needs some place to stay, I'm gonna have her move into my house. That's what you're supposed to do as a man. So to me, he did a manly act. Even though he know right now him and Krishan Rod not really in good terms, but he got love for her regardless of the fact. I don't care what nobody say. He could move on with 20 women, 20 other women. He's still gonna have love for that woman. That woman, pretty much, them two together made each other. They both made each other when Ken asked for a Zeus Network. They did so much touring and fighting and bickering. They just in a toxic relationship. That's all it is to it. Everybody say they toxic love, but they always come back to each other. They found one way to come back to each other. I don't care what nobody say. I can't even Jordan, both of them could be married. They still gonna find a way to come back to each other. I'll put money on it. It's just that some people are just connected that way. It's set for life. They're locked in. Go ahead, Hakeem. They locked in, baby.
Brother, I agree with you 100%. They both been on some toxic stuff, so it's like they're made for each other. You feel me trying to say? So if you just been on that level, they've been that. But I do respect the fact he let his baby mama in. It's his kid.
Facts.
Ain't nobody want to see their kids homeless or the kid's mother. And you cannot accept the kid without the mama. You both need them there. I had a BM, regardless of me and her beefing, she got a place to stay. I'll sleep in the other room or I sleep in the living room she stay in. I don't care how long they stay. I got a kid with her. All my relationships, all that shit is over with. Like if she don't gotta say, oh, what's going on? I said, my baby mama moving back in. Oh, y'all together? Nope, but I got a kid with her. So I gotta make sure she's straight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Blueface, like I said, he would do anything he would do, because like I said, when we don't hear for Christian Rock and she's not with Blueface, we don't see her going viral and everything. We all see her go viral when Blueface is in the picture, or Blueface is still talking about moving back in in the house and everything, and which it does and everything. And then I know once Blueface comes out, everything. If it's gonna be Zeus Network or somebody, they're gonna pay him some money, to another reality show in, because when they're two together, they make great money together. They do have a love-hate toxic type of relationship and everything, and for some people love to watch it and see it again. So, but like I said, once Blueface come out of jail and first thing he'll do Christian Rock, best believe they're gonna do another reality show and they're gonna make money.
Why I say I don't move anyone in with drugs or drinking alcohol problem. But the thing is, why that way you set the rules in your house. Who you want to allow to let in your house. Remember, it's your house, so you can tell them, hey, when you're in my house, there's no drinking, there's no smoking. Can't buy by the rules. You got to get the F out, even though it is your baby mama. But to me, I just like the fact that his first mindset was not his mindset was making sure the kid was straight. I gotta commend the man for that. I can't. No shade to it. Shout out to Know Your Worth also in the building, and shout out to Reckoning Baby 97 is also in the building too, watching us right now on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining in, and shout out to also that person right now watching us on Kick. Thank you so much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. And why I asked you a question, Hakeem said, Hakeem, what happened when she brings a man home? That's not gonna happen.
Oh no, listen, ain't no bringing no man home. Is just we listen. You can't be if you gotta come stay with me. You can't be in no relationship. Whatever boy, because you should go stay with him. So if you come stay with me, you ain't in no relationship. We just raising our kid. We in the house together. I should be able to tap it here and there. Still have access.
Wait, say so if she got a boyfriend, you'll kick her out, but the baby stay with you. Though you saying?
No.
She's gonna be able to tap it.
Listen. The baby ain't gonna want the baby mama to go nowhere, so she gotta stay. So I'm saying, if you come, you gotta drop your boyfriend to come stay with me. And when you come stay with me, I should be able to still have access.
Moving along, Jordan, what's going on when it comes to YSL game targeting the wrong person?
Yeah, man. So, even though they try to lock up, as much as they cut down, even though Atlanta police and prosecutors try to cut down the violence and everything, you still got some YSL gang members out there. So, fortunately, they took a life of a young mother because they target the wrong car. Very sad story. Go ahead, I can play the clip, and then after that, we'll chop it up.
The night.
These are YSL gang members.
Authorities say they waited in the woods until a Nissan drove out of this apartment complex. And when it did, they lit it up.
There are 39 casings collected from the scene.
These YSL gang members were allegedly after a man who shot up Lil Baby's music video. Instead,
you got the wrong car.
It was this woman and her 2-year-old son inside.
She bleeds out and she passes away in front of her child.
The video that led to this man's conviction, and DA Fonnie Willis and her team say they aren't done yet.
YSL is a gang. It does exist, and it is a violent gang.
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. Her family says 21-year-old Naja Cox would do anything for her 2-year-old son, Namir. It was late at night, but one night they hopped into a black Nissan sedan and what was supposed to be a quick trip to the store for some juice. Namir, he really wanted some juice that night. Instead, what he got was a night of complete terror, reportedly at the hands of 3 young Slime Life gang members, or YSL for short. One of them, too, was wearing something peculiar that had authorities on his tail. And we do want to warn you, what you're about to see, it may be graphic. This was the moment that started it all. TMZ obtained this footage May 14, 2024.
Little Baby had a music video shoot on Verbena Street. That video shoot was shot up by someone who we know as being documented with a different gang.
Amanda Green is the senior assistant district attorney for Fulton County, covering Atlanta. She's in the gang unit.
That person was the main person of interest in that shooting, in that assault. And that person is known to reside or be at that same apartment complex off of 2500 Center Street.
And 4 days later, around 2 o'clock in the morning, city cameras take it from here. 2500 Center Street, a silver car pulls around to the Woodland Heights apartment complex, scoping it out before then turning around. And if you look close, you can see a man in a gray hoodie in the passenger seat. Like thieves.
Sad story, man. It's, taking a life of a young woman is terrible. But go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
See, people don't give Fanny a lot of credit. Fanny been tackling when it comes to ask about these gang members in Atlanta, Fulton County for a very long time. She been doing a tremendous job on that. I didn't like the aspect when she came out to go head to head in Trump, because I knew she wasn't gonna win that. But everything else, when it comes to the aspect of Atlanta, Fulton County, she been holding it down. She been trying to get all these guys convicted out of the Atlanta area to make Atlanta more safe, so people will be able to go home and a mother won't be able to be unalive because some idiot made a stupid mistake shooting up the wrong car. Like, come on, man. And I always ask you guys, Jordan and Hakeem, if there's any hope for the black community, or there is, even if there is a black community at this point.
There's no hope. We just need to separate ourselves.
From who? From the community?
No, from black people need to split up in splinter groups. If you're ghetto and you're with the ish, we just need to put you in a cage and lock you up. Young Slime Life, if they really are a gang, if they really are, because we not in Atlanta, it's disgusting. That young lady lost her life, and I hope every single person get caught and get the death penalty. I can't even listen to thug music anymore just to hear something like this.
Yeah, thug music trash anyway. His music now trash, but go ahead.
Yeah, man, this is definitely awful, man. It's just, I agree with you, Hakeem. We gotta separate ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like here in LA, how black people are, you have like the low class black people, you have like a middle class black people, and then you have like a kind of like an upper higher class of black people. And so it's if I would bring you down here in LA, Hakeem, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because it's kind of what you're saying, how we kind of separate ourselves when it comes to classes and everything. But yeah, man, going back to this, it's definitely disheartening, man. And to me, the YSL needs to end immediately. So Fannie Willis, she's doing a good job, but I need her to go a little harder on this, because you've seen stuff like that. They shooting an innocent life, shooting the wrong car, and just have no remorse for anything, it's just pitiful. But yeah, YSLs need to end, and they all need to go to jail. They all need to do the rest of their life, because taking innocent lives is just very sad and heartedly. But my prayers go out to the family for this, because this is terrible.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Moving along. Jordan, what's going on with Brittany Renner now?
Oh boy, we thought she was doing an awesome job, and Hakeem, just play the clip. Mute the music because of copyrights. Just mute the music, but we're gonna show you what we're gonna talk about. So So as you can see, Brittany Renner, she's supposed to be Muslim, but and she's wearing her habib, and we look at her right now, she's not wearing anything close to that. She says she's wearing a wig with her braids under, but she's messing with religion. She's just like, it's like we're giving her grace and everything. And now she's just like, she's messing with religion, and she went viral for this. So Ronnie, man, what's your take on what Brittany Renner is doing with her and the religion she's in?
She entered into the religion until she found a wealthy Arab man. Unfortunately, she didn't find a wealthy Arab man. She had Kevin Gates. Her and Kevin Gates didn't turn out well, and the marriage within 52 days?
Yep.
So it shows you that her motive is not pure. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have no beef with this woman. I don't even know this woman. But to me, you do not play with people's religion like that. Especially when it comes to aspect of the Nation of Islam. I can't speak about that very, very heavily on the last previous show. Do not play with the Nation of Islam, and she continue to play with the Nation of Islam. Because remember, you got Islamic women that probably watching her content and then seeing what she's doing and seeing that it is okay. It is not okay. It's not okay. And the stuff she's doing, she's playing a dangerous game that she don't even know what she put herself into. Go ahead, Akeem. This is your lovely woman here.
Y'all remember the rant? I was doing the rant, and I said, hey, I hope this is for real. I hope this is for real. I hope she's not playing. Now she proved my point. You just play with religion. And this is why nobody takes religion seriously, because of buffoonery like this.
Absolutely, Hakeem. And it just shows her you just can't take her seriously, anything like that. When we first start talking about, her going to Muslims, I was talking about how she got her sexy pictures on her Instagram and everything. She still had it on there, and then like a couple weeks later, she removed them, and she was practicing. So bless you, Hakeem, bless you. And then okay. So we thought we was making some steps and everything, and then she was talking to Kevin Gates. They got instantly married, and she was practicing, and then 52 days later, it didn't work out, and she got divorced and everything. So that was a red flag right here. Now this is a major red flag right now. It's like you just can't take her seriously. So I will not be surprised if she starts taking more sexy pictures and posting on more Instagram and do what she usually do, and that's what she want to do. That's fine, but when you playing on a religion like that, it just shows that nobody can take you seriously whatsoever.
Shout out to King Roots that's also in the building. Know your work says she's not taking it seriously. Yeah, you can see she's not taking it seriously. She only did that to try to get a wealthy Arab man, Islamic man. She got Kevin Gates because he's Muslim, but however, the marriage didn't even last long. This is a big joke. Jordan, what's going on in the aspect when it comes to LeBron James and this ring culture?
So LeBron James was kind of really critical when it comes to the ring culture, why it's so prevalent in today's NBA, and he's one of the great players. But what people were saying, what he was talking about ring chasing, it kind of make a lot of people side out about what he was talking about because he has 4 rings, and he doesn't know why that people say rings is so prevalent in this era. But go ahead, I can't play the clip.
I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport, and why it's the all be all of everything. You sit here and you tell me, Allen Iverson and Charles Barkley and Steve Nash, are fucking wasn't unbelievable. Like, oh, they can't be talked about or discussed with these guys is because this guy won 1 ring or won 2 rings or won, like, it's just weird to me. It's like saying Peyton Manning can't be in the same room with Brady or Mahomes because he only has 1 ring. They don't never discuss that in their sport. Right. Or telling me that Dan Marino is not the greatest slinger of all time, or he can't be in the room with those guys because he didn't win a championship. They don't discuss those things, I don't know. Did Barry Bonds win a World Series? I don't think so. I don't think so. Barry Bonds never won a World Series. So. You can't sit here and tell me that he's not the greatest baseball player to ever touch a bat. I mean, Jerry West, I think went to like 9 straight NBA finals.
Right.
And,
The logo.
and was only able to win one. Right. And he's the logo of our league.
Yeah.
So you can't sit here and tell me that, okay, well, because he only won one, the guy can't be in the same room with the guy who won 2 or 3 or 4. Like, why not? This guy, he's our logo.
Go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on what LeBron was talking about?
I got pushback for LeBron James because then LeBron James come to Miami Heat to get a ring. Case closed. Ring is everything. He makes no sense. He can't. He left Cleveland to come to Miami, win a ring, then go back to Cleveland to win another ring, and then go to LA to win a ring. LeBron James been chasing rings since the get-go. He knows to have the ring, it means you're gonna be part of one of the greatest. Whether you on the bench or off the bench, doesn't matter. He makes no sense at all. Steve Nash even says if he had a chance to go back, he would go try to go back and win the ring because they know the ring means everything when it comes to aspect of the NBA and sports. It means everything. Go ahead, again.
You're 100% right. When he said this ring conversation, we've been having ring conversations since we were kids.
Facts.
And we talked about how some people never made it, like Karl Malone, John Stockings. There's the name, and they came close. Karl Malone came close after he went to another team. He did that to go get a ring. That ring conversation has always been prevalent. Besides making money in the NBA, most kids' dreams is to win a championship because you know you're going to go down in history. Yes, we got phenomenal players, Steve Nash and John Stockings and all these other guys. But the guys who get talked about, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. And I'm naming Lord of the Rings.
Facts.
Yeah. Come on, LeBron.
You cooking.
This is sometimes I can't stand LeBron sometimes. Like, you're arguably the top 2, top 3 player who ever played a game. But you want to talk about, this ring culture. Oh my God. Like what about Allen Iverson? What about John? What about Patrick Ewing and everything? It's like they didn't win. You won, sir. So what we put Charles Barkley now in comparison to you, sir, you won't have a problem with that. Because you got 4 MVPs, 4 NBA titles and everything, You, like I said, the more wins you win, the more MVPs you win, the more finals MVPs you win, the more you get pushed into the greatest ever. That's what we talk about you and Michael Jordan all the time. That's what we talk about, Steph Curry. He has 4 rings. He's a, top 10 player. Tim Duncan, the San Antonio Spurs. He has 5 rings. He's a top 10 player. Kobe Bryant, Shaq. We name them all. It's like, if you have rings, you have the chance of being one of the best of the best and everything. And like I say, and also if you win a ring, you get more endorsements. You'll get like you get a bigger contract and everything. It's a lot of things when you win one ring, but when you win multiple rings, a lot of endorsers gonna come to you and try to give you money to endorse whatever, Pepsi, Coke, McDonald's, whatever. And LeBron James, that very, very much. So, and the thing is, you got Luka now. I know you want to win a 5th ring with Luka in LA. So we want to, especially here in LA. I'm telling you guys this, a lot of people like hearing this from LA, they got a big problem with that. A big, big problem, because when you win Los Angeles Lakers, we're trying to win rings. You gave me 1 ring, fine, but we need multiple. If LeBron James want to have a statue out here, he needs to win another ring. And a lot of LA people know that. And so LeBron, you still a top 10 player right now. And so you gonna say this, but when the season comes, I'm just here. I'm trying to win a championship and everything. I'm trying to be the best ever and everything. So if you're saying that, and there, why are you saying this stuff right here? And this is why sometimes I can't stand LeBron says about this nonsense. It just ticks me off sometimes.
It ticks everybody off, man. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Move it along. Kenneth Owens goes in on Donald Trump and this war. Go ahead, Jordan. What's going on with that one?
Yeah, so you guys don't know, have you watched Candace Owens? She has been nitpicking on Donald Trump on certain things, and now she's really going off of Donald Trump when it comes to him handling the Israel and the Iran conflict. So don't take from me. Go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip for Candace Owens, and let's wrap it up.
The lack of consistency, it is stunning to watch Trump do this. He's all over the place right now on social media. I mean, he initially signaled right away that America had nothing to do with what happened in Iran, that America was not going to get involved, that he was negotiating peace. Then he signaled that he didn't have any idea that the attack was coming, but also that he did know that the attack was coming. And now he's tweeting we. He's literally using we to describe what is happening in Iran right now. Let's just take a look at some of these tweets. We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA. Oh, well, hey, yeah, we've got our planes in the skies. Okay, American troops might die, but USA, 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 because our stuff is so good and good looking in the sky. The big bad American planes are in the sky. What does he think? We're stupid? And the people online that are trying to pretend that we are the ones betraying Trump for holding him accountable to his promises that he made to us when we voted for him, when we encouraged other people to vote for him. You're pretending that we're the ones that are problematic? This level of gaslighting that's taking place. You got Laura Loomer out there saying, screenshot every tweet that's against Donald Trump. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. You better start capturing Donald Trump's tweets that are going out right now because they seem pretty against Donald Trump's ideas of yesteryear. That's all I'm saying. Everything that he said, every bit of BS that he called out, calling out the neocons, the people that. So right now, the lack of consistency, it is stunning to watch Trump do this. He's all over the place right now on social media.
Go with you, Ronnie. Does Candace Owens has a point on Donald J. Trump?
Candace Owens flip flop like the pedals of my sandals. Flip flop. However, on this point, I do agree with her on that aspect. Donald Trump does do everything for the media. Everybody knows this already. That's why we love to cover Donald Trump, because he does stuff for the media, so we be able to cover it and critique him. Right now, Trump is not doing a good thing when it comes to the aspect of this Iranian war. The United States should stay out of it. This is none of our business. Once again, because us entering into this war is probably going to put us into a recession, and that's the one thing we are afraid of, especially right now with this economy. We do not need it. We have other things that's going on within this nation that need to be focused on. We have immigrants crisis. We have ICE crisis. We got so many things that's going on. Protests all over the globe, all over the country. Donald Trump's priority should be focused on, okay, we got to reunite as a country before we can handle Iranian. Because going on in Iranian, I think Prime Minister said it yesterday. They say, hey, United States, I warn you guys again, stay out of it. It's none of you guys' business. She does make a good point. Donald Trump, he need to reevaluate what he's doing. Go ahead, I think.
Israel has been getting highly aggressive over the years. We did. Let's not forget, we covered the attacks they did in Lebanon. They said it was attacking a particular group of people by letting off cell phone bombs in there. Innocent people, kids, were getting killed in in Lebanon and places like that, at the supermarket where these people were, who they were attacking, not even caring about life. Now they are saying that they're trying to liberate the Iranians. The Iranians did not ask for nobody's help. The Shah is doing what they're supposed to do. This is going to, you can't be the police of the Middle East. That's the problem. You can't take your hands and say that we're going to protect Muslims. Muslims did not ask to be protected, did not ask for a police. It's the same way where China and United States said, we're going to come protect the Africans in Africa. We're going to protect them from themselves. It's a quagmire to have a Jewish state nestled in between, surrounded by Muslims.
Yeah, what Donald Trump is doing, I agree with you, Hakeem. It really start the policing and everything. But when it comes, like I said, just looking at the Middle East, we talked about this, the conflict also with India, Pakistan, and also, with the Gaza stuff and everything. It's like, it's just like I said, the Middle East is just a totally different world, very, very Old Testament and everything like that. And when it comes to the new world, what I talked about the other day, here in America, Canada, and everything like that, we're all about peace. Let's talk about it before we use weapons. Middle East, they use weapons first. We talk later and everything. And to me, talking about it is trying to talk about it's not going to work and everything. Which is why I could see like a war going to the Middle East, because it's really getting heated, especially with Iran and Israel, some things like that. But when it comes to Candace Owens, she does have a point about how Trump is handling the situation. It's just, to me, I mean, I'm sorry to say it. I mean, I wish that we could get involved, but I see stuff like this. It's more of let the Middle East handle it and everything, because they're not listening to us. They're not going to listen to the UK. They're not going to listen to Russia. They're not going to listen to China. They're like Iran. They're very, very stubborn. They go do what it needs to best for that country, even if it costs lives, which is a terrible thing to see.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Why I say war is part of our economy, defense workers and shareholders. We know that already. But however, we live in a generation today, they don't want no more wars.
Hey,
So
only a good Texas boy know that. Lockheed Martin is in Texas. He know what he talking about.
Last topic on today's show. Angela Simmons really left Yo Gotti? Literally? Jordan, you muted.
We thought they was gonna last for a long time, but Angela Simmons just confirmed that she broke up with Yo Gotti. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip.
Are you guys together still or no?
No,
No.
I'm not with him.
No. Oh.
Yeah, not by choice, but I respect him. It's all love. Like,
It's not your choice?
I wouldn't have chose it, but it was what was best. But I wouldn't have chose it. No.
What are you saying to me right now, Angela Simmons?
I'm saying that I'm a lover. I love love. I love relationships. I stand.
This man proclaimed that he wanted to get with Angela Simmons. This man pursued you. He proclaimed it in front of everybody that he wants Angela Simmons. So you're not telling me that he ended? Did he end the relationship or did?
No, it was my choice. I had to make a decision, but I think there's a certain level of what I can share and would share publicly. You know what I mean? And I can publicly say that I'm not with him anymore. But as far as details, I would just never.
It's not your style.
Nah, I'm just not that girl. I'm just not that girl ever to share that much more. Other than we're not together.
Yeah, and he's not really that type either. So
yeah, that's my vibe though. Like I said, I could have probably been in and out of 4 or 5 other relationships people would have never known and got my feelings hurt or not or whatever, and I just wouldn't speak on it because some stuff is just better left unsaid. I feel like so I just leave things alone.
It's just that it was so public.
I know.
That's the hard part. Do you regret that in a way or no?
No.
Because now there's curiosity.
I know.
Now people want to know what happened.
I know.
But I understand that.
I just again much love and respect to him, and just he's doing his thing. I'm happy for him.
Ran its course. Well, that season is past.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there heartbreak involved?
My feelings were involved.
Your feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. It is hard. I feel like for me with relationships, because I get really invested and I'm in. When I'm in love, I'm in love. Which means I'm staying with you. But yeah, my feelings, it didn't feel good to not be with
him. Are you guys together still or no?
No.
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Yeah, so go ahead, Ronnie. Did you see this coming?
You're not gonna like it. I did see this coming because he was chasing her. This is why, as a man, you never chase a woman. You chase yourself, you chase your dreams, man. You never chase a woman. He would chase. Remember, he made everything about. Remember, he did songs about Angela Simmons. He was like, "Man, I want to white Angela Simmons up." Now, when you had her, look, she done with you. And guess what? She threw you away. She threw you away like the wayside. And my guy, Hakeem, give me the mind. Hakeem and Jordan, he got money. So money not everything. Money's not everything. I just want guys to understand that money's not everything. You chase yourself. And the woman that you add into your life, she's supposed to be an addition to your life. She's not supposed to be your main adjustment, your main focus. He lost focus. Now what's going to happen now? Now she's going to spill the bean. She's going to talk about how he was a simp. Trust me, watch what I tell you. I want to know what I got to say. But no, but why I said he going to say that they like the thugs anyway. The reason they like the thugs, because the thugs ain't chasing them. Go ahead, Hakeem.
So we all seen this coming. When somebody fiend for somebody much, and I've had this happen, when you get the person that you want and you realize who they are, it's not really what it is. And the fairy dust wears off. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then too, there's so many factors too that plays in this too, man. Like he probably, when he got with it, he realized, man, this ain't even all that. When you know this Yo Gotti, he can go get any bad chick he wants, slim, skinny. Sometimes her being famous and her having money don't even play a point. Like he probably hit it a couple times and like, man, let me just move this to the side.
Nah, that man was in love with her. That man, please.
Yeah, and I agree with you some point, Hakeem. Like when you chase a woman so much for years that you want, basically, if you're in high school, you want this chick so bad, and then it didn't happen. You didn't chase her. Chase her to high school and it didn't work out, and then maybe 5-6 years later, you tell it again, and then now okay, y'all talk and y'all get back together. And y'all trying it out and everything, but months has passed and it's not what you thought. It's not what you thought it would be. Something like a dream girl and everything. And it does be like sometimes. And that's what I felt about Yo Gotti and everything. They tried it. Everything was wonderful. They had gave gifts when it comes to their birthdays and everything. But at the end of the day, maybe Yo Gotti was something. The value that he thought he saw with Angela Simmons was not really there. That's not what he wanted and everything. And that's maybe the reason they broke up and everything. So, Gotti's gonna do what he's gonna do. You right? How can he get any type of girl she wants and everything? But I think I think he might be single for a little bit while before we see a relationship again. Same with Angela Simmons. She's gonna be single for a bit until she find her new boo thing. So it is what it is with that.
Why I say if she's not crying, you're doing it wrong, guys. At first I used to counterattack you all the time. Then you had several debates about it. I totally agree with you. If you're not making a woman cry emotionally, forget about it.
That means she didn't want you.
Yeah. Women are built in their emotion. They are saturated with their emotion. If you don't get a woman in the aspect of their emotion, no form of emotion at all, you don't got her, homie. Yo Gotti never got her, man. He was chasing her for the wrong reason. And look, she threw him away like the wayside. That's what I'm telling you. That's the thing guys better realize. So Hakeem, if you do another relationship clip, you need to talk about women's emotion. That's what you need to talk about. Women are in love with their emotion.
Yeah, because if a girl really loves you, and if she break up, she start crying. She said, "I cannot live without
my
you.
life without you." She gonna find a way to contact you. She gonna reach out to you. She gonna buy a plane ticket. She gonna do whatever the case. Right. If she don't see you that way, bro, she was never in love with you, homie. I'm just keeping it in the butt.
My soul. You can play with my soul. Just bring it back to me now.
Women live and die. Women live and die by that emotion. 100.
Yes, tell me about it.
Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. The lovely Bobby Bobby. I love you. I love you all. Bobby, we always love you, Bobby. Bobby, we love you, man. Shout out to Y High. That was also in the building. Thank you so much, Y High, for being here. Shout out to Joseph Front. But I don't be. Some of y'all be coming here with the weirdest stuff, man. I don't know what y'all be talking about, man. Shout out to others. Exactly. I can't let me throw me off. I'll be like, they come out like. I think they just be bored. They just be saying anything, man. But shout out to you, Joseph, man.
And it gets our attention. We'll say that. It definitely gets our attention.
Exactly, it do, man. I'm like, man, shout out to Cool A. Flatbread was also in the building. Wrecking Baby was also in the building. Shout out to everybody that's also subscribed to the channel, man. We really do really appreciate you guys. Even those that go watch the replay, man. Thank you guys so much, man. Especially you guys right now watching us on TikTok and also Bingo Live. We got close to 80 people watching us on Bingo Live, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Y'all really be holding us down, man. We really love you guys. And Bingo Live was something new, something different. We were like, let's do something different. It was something different as it working in our benefit. Shout out to you guys also watching us on Kick. X, Rumble, y'all always holding us down, man. Twitch, we gonna be the biggest thing on the planet. You heard me, guys. Also, it's very important. You go to KL Culture Radio description. In the description, where you find it, KL Culture Radio store. It's also on top of the tag as well. That's where we have the KL Culture Radio T-shirt, where I have on, what Jordan have on, the KL Culture Radio hat, and also the KL Culture Radio coffee mug. You can find that all in the KL Culture Radio store. It's in the description. And also, it's also pinned and also in the video. So if you guys watching us on a mobile phone, you will be able to see the different gear within the video. So shout out to that. And now, guys, also make sure you go to KL Culture Radio posts, community posts, and also community tabs. Some people that still have the community tab. That's where we drop important information about live events, and also Prince King new book, Raising Kings, is also there now. He also put out a QR code so you guys can actually click to it, and they lead you guys to the book where you can actually go and check it out. So, guys, make sure y'all go ahead and check it out. And also, guys, make sure y'all go and check out Hakeem new album out now. Broadway Fat is out now. So, guys, go ahead and check it out. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. We over and out.
Peace.
Peace.